I call this meeting to order. Members, please confirm your attendance when I call your name. Maria Ferraro.
Here.
James Boscario. Valentina Brunoni.
Here.
Ryan Tufts, Planning Technician and Secretary Treasurer.
Present.
Christina Bursick, Manager of Planning and Development.
Here.
And Michael Capucci, Manager of Engineering.
Present.
And Linda Jean, Deputy Clerk.
Here.
And I'm your Chair, Teresa Nicodemo. I'd like to begin by reading the Land Acknowledgement Statement. We acknowledge that the ground on which we live is in the traditional territory of Caldwell First Nation of the Three Fires Confederacy and the original people of Point Pelee and Pelee Island and its surrounding lands and waters, and that of the Huron-Wendat and Wyandot peoples. We recognize and respect the First Nations who are stewards of the land and waters of Turtle Island and who have embraced this stewardship since time immemorial. We would also like to acknowledge the contributions of other nearby First Nation communities and all original people across Turtle Island. The appeal notice. As a result of provincial changes to the Planning Act, only the applicant and select agencies may appeal a decision of the committee or one or more of the conditions which were imposed. Third-party appeals of consent and/or minor variances, such as neighbors, abutting property owners, are no longer allowed to be accepted by the OLT. All applications continue to be subject to a 20-day appeal period, a written request to receive a copy of the decision, and the fee for filing an appeal may be obtained from the Secretary Treasurer. Are there any disclosures of pecuniary interests? Seeing none, so noted. Adoption of the minutes from the February 19, 2025 meeting. Is there a motion? Okay, moved by James, seconded by Maria.
Yeah.
All in favor? I guess. Okay. That's everyone's carried. Mr. Tufts, are there any requests for deferral or withdrawal of any applications?
None received.
So noted. The first application for consideration is B-03-2025, file 4198. The owner is Vivian Castagnier, care of Mark Castagnier, 4850 Montgomery Drive, a consent to create one new lot. Mr. Tufts to make a presentation on the application.
Thank you. So our first application, again, is consent to create one new lot fronting on Montgomery Drive. The land is designated residential district in the official plan and is zoned residential 1 in the town's zoning bylaw. In the R1 zone, singles and semis are permitted use. This is the proposed lot layout that was submitted with the application, showing the existing house on the right-hand side in blue and then the new lot red on the left. Should this application be approved, we would require a survey that all property taxes are paid in full, that they dedicate or they pay the parkland dedication fee of $5,900 per lot. They submit updated lot grading and servicing plans. They also submit as-built drawings, and they provide financial securities for the works that are to be completed, and they also have 2 years from today's date to fulfill the above. And I'm available should you have any questions.
Thank you. Mark Castagnier, the agent, you may now speak to the matter. Please introduce yourself and provide a brief explanation of your application. And please confirm you have read and understood the staff report.
So my name is Mark Castagnier. I am Vivian's son. Vivian is gone into long-term care. This is something that we probably should have done years ago. She's been sitting on this property for a long time. We've always talked about at some point severing this lot. And so we thought this was a good time to do it. And we've put in the application with Ryan, and we have notified all the neighbors in the surrounding areas in case there was any complaints. And it doesn't appear to be, so we will go ahead. I understand the conditions, and our first step will be to get a survey and then work on the other conditions.
Thank you. Is anyone present or online who'd like to speak to Mr. Castagne? Does the committee have any questions of the agent? Does the committee have any questions of administration? Having heard any comments or concerns made by administration, agencies, and the public, is the committee ready to make a decision? And is there a motion? Moved by Maria, seconded by James. All in favor? Okay. That whereas the consent is consistent with the general intent and purpose of the official plan and the implementing zoning bylaw as amended from time to time, and having heard all comments and concerns from the public, agencies, and town staff, be it further resolved that application B-03-2025, file number 4198, be approved, and that is carried with all 3 votes. Thank you very much, Mr. Castagne.
Thank you.
The next application is B-04-2025, file 4199. The owner is Jinhu Holdings, care of Jackie Lassaline, 371 Front Road, a consent to create 1 new lot. Mr. Tufts to make a presentation on the application.
Thank you. So again, we've got a consent application to create 1 new lot fronting on Vermont Street. The property is designated a waterfront district in the town's official plan, and it's zoned a site-specific waterfront district 2. The site-specific rezoning was heard and approved by council, and it removes the angular plane requirement. The idea so the next slide shows the 2 lots that they're going to be creating. The intention for a future Committee of Adjustment meeting is that they will be coming back and subdividing these 2 lots into 4 each for the construction of townhomes. Should it be approved, it would be the same conditions, so a survey, all property taxes, cash in lieu dedication. Applicant submits updated lot grading and servicing plans to the town. They enter into a severance agreement this time with us for the servicing work, and that they provide a financial security, and again, that they have 2 years from today's date to fulfill the above conditions. And I'm available should you have any questions.
Thank you, Mr. Tufts. Jackie Lassaline, the agent. You may now speak on the matter. Please introduce yourself and provide a brief explanation of the application, and please confirm you have read and understood the staff report.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Jackie Lassaline, Lassaline Planning Consultants. I'm here tonight representing Jinhu. The consent application. Okay, I'm going to start my video. Just warning you, we've got a foggy day out here and my internet is a little wobbly. So I just letting you know that if my my audio is bad, I apologize in advance. The intent is to sever this in half in order to allow for the foundation to be installed, and then consent will be brought forward to create the townhouse units. I appreciate any questions that you may have, and I'm available to answer those. Thank you.
Is anyone online that has, or present that has any questions for Ms. Lassaline? Does committee have any questions for Ms. Lassaline? Yes, Maria?
Can you share more details about the proposed development? Like,
There'll
for
be
example-
4 residential townhouse units on each block. Ryan, do you have the elevation that we provided with the application?
Yeah, 1 second.
Thank you, my dear. As for details, they're intended to be fronting on Vermont with access from Vermont. There's municipal services available to each of the residential lots and the residences. So that's the ultimate site plan that you can see here, with appropriate driveways and distance separation from the intersection of Vermont and Front. There's going to be driveway with parking in the driveway, and it's intended that there's going to be a garage, so there'll be 2 parking spaces with each unit. There was an elevation that was provided that shows for quite a lovely design. We've done a shadow study. There's going to be no effect on the neighbor, and the angular plane was granted relief from council last month.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maria. Does committee have any questions for administration or any other questions for Ms. Leslie? Sorry. Any questions for administration? Having heard all comments and concerns made by administration, agencies, and the public, is the committee ready to make a decision? And is there a motion? Moved by Maria and seconded by James. All in favor? I can't see that. Okay, thank you, Val.
Okay.
That whereas the consent is consistent with the general intent and purpose of the official plan and the implementing zoning bylaw, as amended from time to time, and having heard all comments and concerns from the public, agencies, and town staff, be it therefore resolved that application B-04-2025, file 4199, be approved, and that's carried with all 3 votes. Thank you, Ms. Leslie. Have a nice day. The next meeting is
Thank
June
you.
8th.
Good night.
Sorry, thank you. Sorry. The next meeting is June 18, 2025. And this meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.